as we check on the starting 11. Australia first, and Raul Blanco has Casey Weirman and Simon Colosimo fit again after both missed the semi-final. The two Ollie Roos are drafted straight into the 11. Colosimo will play a sweeper and Weirman in midfield. Goran Lozanovski's attacking thrust has him preferred to Rob Trajkovski on the right-hand flank, providing crosses for the prolific striker Damien Murray, who's already bagged 10 goals in the tournament. Alex Tobin creates a new record for Australian appearances every time he plays. This is outing number 84 for him, and he's partnered by Mark Babbage in the centre of the Australian defence.
Oh, grandstand.
Gavin Wilkinson, the number 6 for New Zealand. And they also bring back Carlton defender Sean Douglas into the defence in place of Shea Bunce. Otherwise, it's the same 11 that beat Fiji in the semi-finals. On the left of midfield, Aaron Lyons and Mark Burton play their football in Germany, but defensively it's the Perth Glory players Wilkinson and Danny Hay who will be trying to contain Murray. Vaughan Coveney of South Melbourne will lead the attack. He's got 4 goals in the tournament so far. Got no intentions of looking to end his career too, Alex Tobin. He's quite happy to keep playing as long as he's picked. Free kick to New Zealand. The back post is Hay, climbing above his man, who was Alex Tobin, but he couldn't get behind the ball and direct it back across the goal. Weirman fouled there by his Brisbane Strikers teammate Chris Zoricic, and he'll be the first name to go into the referee's book. The right fullback for New Zealand. Vaughan Coveney will be familiar to every Australian defender. Flipped over the top. Away by Colosimo. Nata's underneath it. So is Tobin, the far taller opponent. Jackson spraying it out wide. And the shot comes in. Good shot as well. Right through a number of players to Jason Pekovic, who went down on the ball. And he held it closely to his chest. Colosimo, long. Murray, well, he's able to shake off his man. It's a great ball by Damien Murray. Here's Trimboli through the middle. Paul Trimboli! Well, it only just missed the goal after Damien Murray made light of a ball that was never really his. It was one of those hopeful long balls forward that favoured the defence, but Murray shrugged off his man and fed Trimboli perfectly. And the tackle came in just at the end to put Trimboli off, and we'll see here from this angle just how close it was.
We haven't been able to get the likes of Lozanovski and Chicoli involved, and Halpin normally has a better grip on midfield, and so far that area is dominated by New Zealand.
Good free kick, straight past the wall, and Pekovic watched it all the way. Certainly had plenty of sting in the shot. Tobin's forward for Australia. Babbage at the far post. Chance for Australia to apply their own pressure. Good ball in, well won in defence too by Douglas. And Hay completes the clearance. Casey Weirman for Australia. Little ball over the top. Wilkinson's there. Here's Brad Maloney. And the ball given away. Checkerley forward, helping it on quickly to Weirman. 3 yellow shirts in the centre to the near post, and Batty came out and he dropped it. Trimboli was trying to pick up some crumbs. Trimboli, Checkerley's going outside him. Turns back to Troy Halpin. Maloney will get there. Lozanovski's waiting in support. Maloney turns. Good cross from Brad Maloney. Well, certainly there's a distinct height advantage to the Kiwi defenders over Damien Murray and Paul Trimboli, though both are very adept in the air. It's a mistake by Colosimo. Coveney running at Tobin. Only one to beat now, and it's a through ball there. Chance for New Zealand here, and a goal to New Zealand. The All Whites have taken the lead. A surging run through the centre by Mark Burton. It was a mistake by Simon Colosimo. Coveney latched onto it, played the ball across to Burton, who placed it with some real power as well past Jason Petkovic. A very well taken goal.
Burton again on the ball here, as I mentioned earlier, having a big game and exerting a lot of influence and cutting Australia out in that very important department.
That's a very nice switch of play too to Aaron Lyons, who's into the penalty area. Lyons across. Nata was making his way into the centre, but just couldn't get to the ball across by Aaron Lyons. Colosimo. Halpin touched on. Murray again had a lot to do to get to the ball and win it, but he's managed to do that. Burton, sharp turn. Weirman just shrugged him aside. Still Weirman. Nowhere really for him to go. Halpin was joining him very quickly. Just couldn't get the ball to him. Nata laying it off. Weirman won the ball back again in midfield. Tremendous performance this from Casey Weirman. He attacks and defends. And then defends once again. Sheckley now for Australia. Murray at the near post! Well, that is the danger of Damien Murray. A fairly innocuous-looking ball into the area from Albert Sheckley. But Murray is just a master at making something out of nothing. And just over 7 minutes to go till the half-time break, and Australia have a lot to establish at half-time with the coaching staff. It's a good shot as well, and Petkovic called into action, not for the first time in the game, to save from long range. Some stern words then required by Raul Blanco and Les Scheinflug at the break. Perhaps some substitutions. A good cross in from Sheckley this time, though. It's a loose ball in there. Atkinson wins it. Sheckley, Weirman. No way through for him there. And no way for Australia to break through either before the half-time whistle goes here. Certainly New Zealand's half, their football has been the more composed and more cultured. Weirman lost out there. Burton, the danger man for New Zealand. Lyons is free on the left-hand side, and that's who he's picked out. Coveney's waiting in the centre. Good cross from Lyons. Weirman won it straight to Jackson. Babbage put his body very much on the line there to block the shot. New Zealand come again. Wilkinson. Ball breaking now for Maloney. The roar goes up from the fans on the far side of the ground, but it was a fine tackle that by Chris Jackson. Coveney. Plenty of New Zealanders forward. Here's Burton again. And a great saving tackle that by Colosimo. It had to be timed to perfection, and it was. Murray now. Touched on for Weirman. Trimboli's in free out wide on the right, and Murray's gone through the centre. Still plenty of work to do. Damien Murray curling it! Well, superb try that from Damien Murray. Colosimo forward, past a couple. Sheckley free on the left. Colosimo again. Great play by the youngster. Still Simon Colosimo going all the way himself, perhaps. Still Colosimo! Brilliant save by Jason Batty, but Simon Colosimo's weaving run was absolutely outstanding. More of what Australia needs. Murray touches off to Trimboli. Sheckley for Australia. Zoricic, a long one for Coveney, who should have the legs on Mark Babbage. And Burton's joining in very quickly forward for New Zealand. Here's Burton again. Still Burton, takes the shot, Petkovic saves, Jackson. Shea Bunce is coming on for the Kiwis.
Defender.
He's an out-and-out defender.
For a forward, yeah.
For Harry Nata, the attacker. Sean Douglas, the Carlton player, is making way. So it's a straight swap at the back for New Zealand, just a fresh pair of legs and a chance to use up perhaps a few seconds. A good nudge inside that by Burton to find Coveney. Now, Chekali. Trajanovski lets it run. Into the area, Trajanovski's gone down! No penalty! Well, he's called it as a dive. And that, you feel, was Australia's last chance.
I felt it was a penalty. The referee, perhaps the wrong angle. We had the benefit of the replay there, but certainly no contact by the defender with the ball.
New Zealand have recorded a tremendous victory here at Suncorp. One of the most financial victories as well, with $1.3 million going into the coffers of the New Zealand Football Association after this game. They came into the game with a plan. They played superbly, and it was a solitary goal by Mark Burton in the first half, which has seen them upset the Socceroos here. And just look at the delight on the faces of the Kiwi boys.
And deservedly so, Paul, too. Deservedly so. From the opening minute, this was New Zealand's game.
There's Charlie Dempsey, as I say, the president of Oceania, and there is the Oceania Nations Cup presented to Jason Batty, the New Zealand captain. They are the champions of Oceania.